Hey everybody, welcome to the video. It's Andrew Ainsworth here. Great to have you along today. Really, all I can say to start with is thanks for all the support I'm getting on the channel at the moment. The numbers are really growing. I'm getting more subscribers. I'm getting more views, and that really helps elevate the channel. So yeah, much appreciated. Keep watching the videos. Keep hitting that like button if you think the videos deserve that, and please subscribe. Again, that just helps me grow the channel, produce better content, try and get my hands on more product from different manufacturers. So yeah, appreciate the help. What am I talking about today? It's the new Cobra Darkspeed. I say new, it's been out a little while now. Where are we? We're into March, and this was released sort of mid-January. So as always, a little bit slow on the uptake of doing my reviews on certain products. Little background on Cobra. Been working with them now for 4 years, maybe 5 actually, probably my 5th season. Really like the product. Little bit hit and miss over those years. We've had some product lines which have been brilliant, and we've had some other ones which were fairly disastrous. Don't like to dwell on negatives, but last year the Aerojet for me just crashed and burned. Couldn't sell it. Could not sell it. It was almost a victim of its own success. They almost produced a club that was too good. And I know that sounds ridiculous statement, but certainly with the driver, it was a very low backspin rate, difficult to launch a little bit, and just wasn't particularly forgiving. So, and a little bit, fairway woods were a little bit better and the hybrids, but yeah, never really got going Aerojet. So I was a little bit reluctant this time to sort of go again, but I did because my rep, who's really good, assured me that the Darkspeed was an improvement. So we went with it, and it certainly is. I put driver reviews up there already. We'll put links, some cards up there, and maybe end cards just so that you can look at them. But it's a much improved product. So as always, we'll just have a little quick run through of the tech spec. We're not going to bore you to death with it. As I always say, if you're really interested in the specs, just jump on the Cobra website. It's all there. So there's 3 heads. You've got the X, you've got the Max, and you've got the low spin one. So the X kind of sits right in the middle. It's a very neutral setup on this, just has one back weight. And if we just scroll down here, I think we can show you the 3 different fairway woods. So this is the one we're going to test today, the X fairway. Best for better players to seasoned amateurs seeking fast ball speeds with more forgiveness in a back-weighted traditional size profile. So I'm a little bit skeptical that that's the right wording. Better players, it's always, you know, what is a better player? You know, low handicap, ball striking, difficult one to say. I guess what they're saying is the most forgiving one is this one, the Max, which I will do future reviews on, which is a little bit more forgiving, has a bit more of a draw bias to it. But I wouldn't say you have to be a better player to hit the X. I'm disagreeing with that a little bit. Well, quite a lot, actually. The launch is mid, the spin's low. We'll find that out. The shot shape's neutral and the forgiveness is high. So almost a contradiction there, isn't it? It's, you know, better player, more forgiveness. You'd normally see that associated with, you know, an easier to hit club. So, yeah, not sure about how they've worded that. Let's just have another little scroll down and tell you a bit more about some of the key things. They're using this PWR shell insert, and you can see this is it, suspended insert. PWR bridge designs creates more flexible face and sole for penetrating launch and maximum ball speed. Okay, that's been around for a little while, I think, this PWR shell. Stopping power, full out for free rein. What's that's all about? More confidence using the unparalleled speed paired with precision, free rein. That's a load of old waffle, really, isn't it? That just is just marketing waffle, which I'm not a big fan of at all. Sorry, Cobra. Sustained speed, an AI-designed hop face features an optimized variable thickness pattern that delivers more efficient speed and spin across the club face. Okay. Let's have a little look at what the shaft offerings are. I think we can get that if we drop into specs. So Cobra do offer a very big custom fitting options, but the 2 shafts which they've gone as stock shafts this year are the UST Link. We've got the Red 5 designed for golfers seeking mid-high launch and mid-spin. And then we've got the Link Q Blue 6, which is designed for the golfers seeking a mid-launch and mid-spin. So one high launch, low mid-spin, blah, blah, blah. Available in all flexes, ranging from what you would call A flex right through to X flex. Lambkin grips fitted as standard. Lots of adjustability on this. The 5 wood, which I'm testing today in the X, has got 18 degrees of loft on it. That can go down 1 and 1.5 degrees, go up 1 and 1.5 degrees, and it's also got draw settings in there. Let's get in and have a hit. Right, let's have a little hit with this Cobra Darkspeed X fairway wood. So it's a 5 wood. I've lofted it down to 17 degrees. Just a quick word, I'm seeing far fewer people now buy 3 woods as a primary fairway wood, because a lot of people find the 3 wood a little bit difficult to launch off the deck. So 3 woods certainly being used off the tee as an alternative to driver, but I think more golfers are moving towards 5 woods and maybe lofting them down a little bit to sort of 16.5, 16, 17 degrees, or just keeping them at 18. But a bit more loft gives a bit more launch, a bit more carry distance, and a little bit more forgiving. Take a look at the visuals of this from all different angles. It's a very stealthy looking club, isn't it? You know, you've got this beautiful matte finish to it. Very un-Cobra-like, really, because they normally like to put at the back of the club, the lipstick as we call it, which goes around the back edge, normally is in a bright colour like a yellow or a green or something, or an orange or something like that. But they've really gone quite understated, and it's really good. I suppose some people might criticise that the little Cobra logo on the top of the crown there, which acts as a sort of an aim point, could be quite hard to see. Maybe that should be in white or grey or something. I don't know. I'm just trying to pick possible faults with it that people might see, but I think it's a great looking club. So let's get in there, have a little hit with it. The shaft I've got fitted is one of their stock shafts. This is the Link by UST, and it's a stiff flex, and it's the Link Blue. So it's giving this sort of mid-launch. I've set a green down there in the very distance at 230 yards, and we're going to see how we go. Looks great from the top, it really does. Well, I take that. I have hit a few warm-up shots. I'm not going to say that was my first shot of the day, because it was probably my 10th, but this is quite powerful. Let's give you some numbers. I've got a 97 club speed with a 137 ball speed. Now, if you're into this smash factor or efficiency, which is basically your club speed divided into your ball speed, that gives me an efficiency of 1.41, which is quite good. Low launch, I'm a low ball launcher, 13 degree launch, spinning at 2.5, 225 carry, running out to 242, dependent on ground conditions, temperature, elevation, all that sort of stuff's going to affect distances and run out, isn't it? What did it feel like? It just felt really good off the face, actually. I just loved the simplicity of the club. Let's go again. Not quite as good a strike as the first one. A little bit bottomy. It's good. We want to mix up the strikes, don't we? It can't all be perfect. Well, mine certainly can't. It's a bit bottomy. Launch was down lower. Spun it up a little bit more as a result. Carry distance came off 203. Only got me 222. But hey, I'd take it. I love the shot shape. Good for me, this club, not having too much draw bias. I don't need any help drawing the ball. I can put too much of that on it myself. Yeah, not a great strike. Sort of a 7 out of 10. But good yardage. Pulled it a bit, which tends to inflate yardages, doesn't it? Get a ball speed. Really impressed with that. 135 ball speed. Low launch, 222. Bit of run out on that, 246. It's a great club. I mean, I'm going to go after one, which is always a mistake. Oh, why do I do that? Every time I go after one, I just make a big mess of it. But again, should learn my lesson. Maybe there's a lesson there for us all, that if you try and hit the ball harder, you just start to generate speed more with your top half of your body, and you start moving ahead of it, you know. And there's the proof. Sorry, I'm digressing away from the club here. There's me going after it, and my club speed came down because my swing was so less efficient. But considering what a poor strike it was, I've still squeezed 220 out of it. Let's not do any of that silly stuff. Let's go back to a normal sort of swing. Little bit fat, little bit heavy. Delivered the face open. See, I'm sort of, you know, I'm good here, aren't I? I'm showing you all the good shots and the bad shots. I'm really good at hitting those bad shots. Yeah, I know, it's a skill. So, yeah, a little bit open with the club face. But, you know, considering I might be hitting this from 230, 240 out, I'm not expecting to hit the green every time from 230, 240. I'm happy just to get it sort of down there. I love this club. I think it's really impressive. I think this is one of the best fairway woods that Cobra have made in recent years. It just works, you know, simple as that. No gimmicks, just works. Price-wise, I'm retailing these at around about 279 British pounds. Now, prices will vary dependent on retailers. If they're sitting on a lot of stock and they're not selling them as quick, they might drop the price. But it's going to be somewhere around this sort of, I would say it'll fluctuate from maybe 259 to 279, which I think is a good price considering what would we put this up against? A Ping G430, which is 299. I've no idea what the latest Callaway or TaylorMade fairway woods are. I'm guessing they're around about the £300 mark as well. So yeah, it's sitting just a little bit below the big boys in terms of price, which is good because that gives them a chance of making that sale if it's £20, £30 less. So it's the Cobra Darkspeed X fairway wood. It was the 5 wood I tested today. Obviously, they do a 3 wood, they do a high launching 3 wood, they do a 5 wood, and they do a 7 wood. Well, with all the adjustability, you know, you've got lots of options there. Hope you enjoyed the video today. Post your comments down below. Anybody got one of these? Anybody tried one? Anybody thinking about trying one? Please post comments. Always interested to talk and chat about you and your views and these things. So that's it. I'm Andrew Ainsworth. Thanks for watching the video. Bye for now.